Check 1 2 1 2. All right, all right. We are in the studio. What's up, y'all? Live with Johnny. Johnny. Tap in, let your people know we live on the air. We got a very good program to talk about this evening. You guys are going to want to see this. We'll get started here in just a second. Memphis. All right. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for tapping in. My name is Johnny, and this is Live with Johnny. I hope everybody can hear me. If you can't, let me know that so we can adjust the mic. But it seems like everything is good. I am the engineer as well, so I do a little engineering as I do the program. But I want to thank each and every one of y'all for tapping in, the people who do watch the show, who get a chance to tap in. I really appreciate y'all for that, no doubt. And hopefully we can get more people in. And even to comment, if you want to leave a comment, you can do that and I can respond to you. So leave your comment, leave your emojis, all that good stuff. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna start putting my Cash App in here. Not because you guys have to understand, in order for me to keep doing this, I have to have, stuff is expensive, you know? So it helps out. Any little bit helps out, okay? So I'm gonna say, put that on Cash App on that, and then as Facebook as well. And like I said, I can show your comments, so you can leave your comments. If there's something that you want to talk about, or a comment you have about what we're talking about, I think that'd be cool. So we're gonna get started. A lot of y'all don't know, we just had Memphis in May. And that is a really cool event and things like that. So a lot of people from the Midwest went down there. I don't know if they experienced anything in the air, but we all know that Memphis is predominantly black. I want to say, like, when I say things like this, when I talk about things like this, and I say that we need to address like racism, like it keeps rearing its ugly head. And I don't think it's ever going to get to a point where it's going to stop until we get to a point where we actually address racism. Because to build a supercomputer and the way that they did this is crazy. Like, you have lives in Memphis, right? People live in Memphis. We had a Memphis in May. It's predominantly black. The income level is not high, super high, middle income level. And the air is being polluted to where people are dying. And a lot of stuff is going to come out. This is just one of them. But them cutting off that African aid, people are going to die. People are dying. And the crazy part about it is Elon Musk is from South Africa. But you have to understand, when you're dealing with apartheid basically was like, we don't want to have nothing to do with black people in Africa. I'm going to say that again. Apartheid is basically saying that we as white people are coming here colonizing this land, and we don't want to have nothing to do with black people living with us. There's colonies in Africa, or there's little towns in Africa that are strictly white that won't accept no black people unless they're doing some work for them. But living in this city, black people can't live in that city in Africa. That's apartheid. And taking all the resources, the gold, the Boers. I never really understood what they were talking about back in the days when talking about the Boers. And these are people who run the world. They get their money from Africa. Elon Musk, a prime example. He's the richest man in the world. He got his wealth from Africa. I don't know what part we missing, but that's exactly where he gets his wealth from. Or, I mean, you know, America gives him a lot of his wealth, but dude from South Africa. I mean, it started somewhere. Like, come on. So, all right, y'all. We're going to take a look at this video. I want y'all to see what's actually going on in Memphis. And this is crazy, y'all. If this isn't just tearing down people, I don't know what to tell y'all. But let's take a look at it, and I want you to judge for yourself.
Misconduct is hidden. Sometimes the most shocking corporate misconduct is hidden in plain sight, invisible to the naked eye.
What is happening here will swallow up our world if we don't stop it right here, right now.
Looking back, there was an early clue that the world's richest man was up to something here.
It's just like, why is Elon Musk coming to Memphis?
The people of Memphis soon found out.
Now Elon Musk is coming to Memphis to build the world's largest supercomputer.
A year later,
we here because we need business.
People here want answers.
It's the job of the health department to protect our lungs, and not once have they went to XAI to see that they had 35 gas turbines operating and polluting our air.
We went to Memphis and found an environmental crime scene. Musk's data center burning enough methane to power a small city with no permits and no pollution controls.
I have not seen anything like this. We believe they've already violated the Clean Air Act.
As Musk helps dismantle the very federal agency that's supposed to protect us against pollution like this.
There is no way to miss how this is a coordinated strategy.
What does Memphis reveal about the future Elon Musk wants for us all?
So the mission of XAI and Grok is to understand the universe.
In 2023, Musk founded XAI.
I want y'all to understand something real quick. The people who regulate like what Elon Musk does, sending rockets in the air, polluting the air, he fired all those people. That's one of the first people did. They called it waste and fraud. But it's not waste and fraud when agencies protecting people, especially black people. They consider that waste and fraud and got rid of those people immediately.
To produce and sell artificial intelligence.
We want to understand the nature of the universe so we can figure out where are the aliens, what's the meaning of life, how does the universe end.
Its main product is Grok, an AI chatbot that he's incorporated into Twitter, or X. Musk was entering the race to dominate the AI market, but he was arriving late, years after competitors like OpenAI and Google had begun training their AI systems. So in Musk's mind, he had to move fast.
We went to the data center providers and said how long would it take to have 100,000 GPUs operating coherently in a single location, and we got time frames from 18 to 24 months. So we're like, well, 18 to 24 months, that means losing as a certainty. So the only option was to do it ourselves.
Been waiting for this moment. I'm pleased to announce that XAI's Gigafactory of Compute, the world's largest supercomputer, is to be located in Memphis, Tennessee.
Memphis. Pay attention, y'all.
Musk dubbed the project Colossus, after a movie about a supercomputer that becomes sentient and assumes total control of the world.
And so, my fellow human beings, we all directly and indirectly live in the shade, but not the shadow of Colossus.
When you think about the computational power that it will take to put humans on the surface of Mars, that's going to come from the Gigafactory of Compute that calls Memphis home. We were told that by the company. And so it required speed and power.
It's announced as a done deal.
Keyshawn Pearson grew up in South Memphis.
A billionaire and his organization coming to our city, and we're just finding out after the land has been purchased, after the project has been approved by certain officials, right, who did know.
This is huge.
That's the thing.
This puts the word out there that Memphis understands operating at the speed of business.
As a community, we're trying to reach out to people and understand what is XAI. He built it without us even knowing that it was being built.
We had to watch this over X or Twitter. Brent Mayo, Elon Musk would tweet often about where they were in the progress, how fast things were moving.
To train an AI system, a data center requires an enormous amount of electricity. The question was, where would the power come from?
Most companies, when they come to the city of Memphis, they plug into our power grid. That's what you think would happen. Why would this be any different? Unfortunately, we learned because it is a billionaire's corporation, it would be a lot different.
XAI made a deal with the local electric company for 150 megawatts of power and agreed to build a new substation to help meet that demand. But Musk's ambitious plans suggested he would need much more power than that, and fast. Soon, people started to notice some unusual structures outside the facility.
I drove out there, and the first thing I did was hear the turbines. You can smell it as well. Such a disturbingly unique smell.
From the road, Keyshawn and others could see a row of machines that are typically only used for remote or emergency operations. Mobile gas turbines.
I have never seen portable turbines used like this.
Patrick Anderson works on air quality cases for the Southern Environmental Law Center.
We know that these kinds of generators require air permits. And so right off the bat, we started filing records requests with the local Shelby County Health Department. Do you have an air permit application from XAI? And they came back and basically said, no, we have nothing to hand over. We also filed records requests with EPA to see what they had. They also did not have details on what is on the ground out there. Nobody from the regulatory side, the health department,
This is clearly why Elon Musk wanted to shut down those government agencies. It had nothing to do with waste and fraud. This shows you right here. I mean, it's all about getting more wealth, getting more money, being big. This is crazy.
City, EPA has told the public or us really one iota of what's actually operating out there.
To figure that out, Patrick and his team hired a photographer to capture the data center from above. The images revealed far more turbines than anyone knew about. 35.
I couldn't believe it. I was absolutely stunned. How do we not know about this?
According to XAI leadership, the turbines are not being used and are not connected.
Under pressure, XAI claimed it was using less than half of those turbines.
I've talked to the XAI leadership team. There are 35, but there are only 15 that are on. The other ones are stored on the site.
Well, first off, these are expensive. There's a turbine shortage nationally. You don't obtain these turbines and put them on site if you're not intending to operate them.
To use them.
So Patrick and his team sent the photographer back out with a high-end thermal camera.
What we saw is 33 of the 35 were very clearly operating.
Wow.
The turbines were capable of generating about 420 megawatts of electricity, enough to power around 300,000 homes.
They built a power plant out there.
Damn.
And they've done it overnight, no air pollution controls, quick and dirty, no permit.
I mean, what you've done with the cluster in Memphis is incredible. Just in a handful of weeks.
Any given thing can be sped up.
Yeah.
Like whatever the speed is being done, it can be done faster.
This is the largest AI cluster in the world. This place is absolutely amazing.
That is like superhuman. I mean, Elon is singular. Building a massive factory in the short time that was done, there's only one person in the world who could do that.
And this entire supercomputer is built to power rocks.
We were given a tour at XAI, looking at the facility, very impressive, very exciting for Memphis. Their commitment to the community is remarkable.
It's unique in my experience.
Joseph Goffman has worked on air pollution issues for decades. Until January, he ran the EPA office that regulates air quality.
Most companies that I've dealt with go to great lengths and spend a lot of money to make sure that the day they turn on their operations, they're also turning on their pollution control equipment. That's a given. For a company to do this, it's treating the people who live there as if they don't count.
Wow. Okay. Real quick, it's like the officials in the town, they happy because they getting all this money. It's just, it's really, at the end of the day, it looks like it's a money thing. And the residents, I mean, of course they was excited at first. Is jobs, as the way it's presented. It's gonna be jobs, high paying jobs. But we all know an average everyday person ain't gonna be able to walk in there and get no job. And that's, you know, they said they're not hiring. They're not even hiring white most of the time to do those type of jobs. That was the biggest thing. But I mean, those jobs are not going to go to the we all know that. So that's out. And they get the unfortunate results to have air. Some people say they can't, it's like they can't even breathe. I want y'all to tell me your thoughts. Y'all can leave your comments, or you can inbox me. If you don't want to leave your comments on here, inbox me and I'll discuss your topic. Or let's talk about this, y'all. Let's watch a little more. We can't just that's insane to do that. All right.
Sometimes the most shocking corporate misconduct is hidden in plain.
Remarkable.
It's unique in my experience.
Joseph got pollution issues for decades. Till January, he ran the EPA office that regulates air quality.
Most dealt with go to great lengths and spend a lot of money to make sure that the day they turn on their operations, they're also turning on their pollution control equipment. That's a given. For a company to do this, it's treating the people who live there as if they don't count.
I like to open my windows early in the morning to breathe the fresh air, God's given air, not the air that man want to give it, God.
Easter Knox lives just over a mile from XAI.
I really wasn't getting the fresh air. I was getting that pollution that was mixed in with everything.
You know how you light your stove and that gas seeps?
This is crazy, like to hear these stories and stuff like that.
Alexis Humphreys.
I'm sorry, I don't know why I keep stopping, but we're gonna try to get it back on track.
Sometimes the
experience.
Joseph.
And that gas seeps with the.
Let me see here.
Sometimes the most.
I'm not sure what's going on here.
Sometimes
in the short
air that man want to give us, but God.
Easter Knox lives just over a mile from XAI.
I really wasn't getting the fresh air. I was getting that pollution that was mixed in with everything.
You know how you light your stove noise? That's what it smelled like.
Alexis Humphreys grew up here, one street away from.
Melted the first time. I was asleep, and it woke me up because I thought gas was seeping in the house. But come to find out, we come outside, and all the neighbors was outside trying to figure out what's going on.
He was an ordinary dad, full of joy, full of jokes.
Last year, Alexis lost her grandfather, who struggled with a respiratory illness called chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, or COPD.
COPD is a breathing condition, but you don't get it unless you smoke cigarettes. And my granddad didn't smoke cigarettes, but every 3 weeks or so, my granddad was going to the hospital. He would have to get breathing treatments. I have asthma, bronchitis.
That's crazy. I mean, look at that. Like Elon Musk went to He went to where we our families originated from. I mean, and that shows you the level of how he really feel about black people. He didn't go to the cities. He moved mainly black people resided, and it was like, this is where I want to build this because these people don't mean that much to me. That's what I'm saying. You have to tie us back to apartheid, and he grew up in apartheid, so he don't feel like black people are supposed to have anything. I don't know how I can say that. As plain as day, that was what apartheid was about. And I go back and watch videos. These like white women are like, these people shouldn't even have houses. They should sleep outside like animals. That's the origination of apartheid. You think of racism in America, apartheid was like 100 times worse.
Mom have just bronchitis, and now my granny has it.
You can't hardly breathe. It's just like your whole world is collapsing down on you, and it's frightening.
Easter and her husband have also developed COPD. What does it feel like?
Feel like you're fixing to die.
The area around XAI leads the state in emergency department visits for asthma. Memphis has one of the highest rates of toxic air releases of any American city, and many of its most polluting facilities are in this neighborhood.
Elon, what he did with Memphis is objectively doing it in an area where there's like a bigger natural gas plant right next door and like a wastewater treatment and a garbage dump nearby, right? And he's obviously made the world a lot more clean than that one data center.
In just 1 year, XAI has blown past existing polluters.
They're emitting somewhere between 1,000 NOx. I'm an air pollution guy, so I deal in those numbers all the time, and that's larger than
Gas turbines like these release 3 main types of deadly pollution: nitrogen oxides, formaldehyde, and fine particulate matter. Nitrogen oxides combine with other pollutants to form ground-level ozone, which causes and worsens asthma. Formaldehyde causes cancer. And particulate matter, airborne soot, can pass through your lungs and into your bloodstream, causing heart disease.
We've shown up today because we've been to too many firms. We've shown up today by too many teams. We've shown up here because we're tired. And we have an expectation of the people that we elect and put into place. We expect things in our best interest. Not of Elon Musk. And what we're saying is that not.
In April, hundreds of people came to a high school in South Memphis to talk about XAI.
Welcome to the new generation of Stop being cowards and saying no to this permit today. Get a backbone, because in Memphis we don't bluff. Period.
In January, the company belatedly applied for a permit to operate 15 of its turbines for 5 years.
I want to stop here. Just off the bat, what it seems like is Elon Musk. Like the government was getting on him because this is foul, this was fucked up, and they were in a position to make him stop doing all of this. And when President Trump got in office, he basically went. If that's not evil, I don't know what is. Our government is meant to protect us. You see how these people are fighting and they actually won something? He went back and said, fuck y'all. He went back and said, fuck y'all lungs. Bro, this dude's he not right.
I'm a representative up.
Because this story is old. This what had been happening. And so as now Elon Musk went back and with Trump's permission and basically fired everybody who could stop him.
From the applicant XAI, Mr. Brent Mayo.
That's the first time that XAI has publicly addressed the community in any way.
And look how they come in with the black shirts and the black hats. Like, bro, if that's not disrespectful, just come in, hello. You know, no team, no people with suits on. Like, these people, like, bro, they not, I don't know, that shit don't look, dude isn't, I'm tired, that's look business-wise. The dude came in a cap and a hat like Elon Musk, dark MAGA. This shit is crazy, man. Y'all gotta pay attention. It's not just funny, it's not just fun, it's not just, they're killing. People are dying.
I understand. People did not want to hear the statement, but again, XAI is committed to meeting the highest standard for emissions. XAI is going above and beyond the required emission required. And to that time.
He immediately left after. It's extremely disrespectful.
It's time to start telling the truth. The truth is that XAI, who just ran up out of here, they have no controls that prevent air pollution or decrease air pollution in their factories. None. That's the truth.
People are dying and going to funerals, and dude just came in there and didn't say sorry. We read a statement and left out. Bro, I don't know what to say, man.
To date, local and state action against XAI. Running turbines without permits or pollution controls is also a Clean Air Act, which it's EPA's job to enforce. To date, the EPA has done nothing, and Elon Musk is away. Musk has helped the Trump administration place strict limits on the EPA's budget as part of President Trump's broader project to radically reshape the agency. Trump's EPA has begun with regulatory action in U.S. history.
To fulfill President Trump's promise to unleash American energy and give power back to the states.
It eliminated the EPA's office that assists heavily polluted communities like South Memphis. And it canceled billions of dollars of funding for...
You've slashed already $22 billion in grants, but you used Doge, if I'm not mistaken, to headcount.
It's been great. The people working on the Doge are EPA employees. What they provide to me are recommendations.
It's making them excited.
I have found that working with Elon and Doge has been fantastic, a big help.
EPA announced plans to roll back over 30 AI standards, including protections against fine particulate matter. The new head of the agency describes promoting the AI industry as a core part of the EPA's mission.
It's about unleashing energy dominance, making America the AI capital of the world. And the EPA can't be restrictive of that. We can't be suffocating it.
Making America the world's AI capital means prioritizing a massive expansion of data centers, and hundreds of them are now under construction.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Levi.
With Trump's EPA backing that effort, there may be little recourse for the communities downwind.
XAI comes from a culture of Silicon Valley. That culture is go fast and break stuff. Break them.
A week after this hearing, XAI announced it would reduce the number of turbines it's running at Colossus over the next 2 months, but it's...
I'm happy to announce that XAI is increasing their footprint.
It's building a second larger data center.
Oh yeah, we've already started work on the next cluster. Yeah, about 5 times the power.
Where its construction permit application indicates it's considering using between 40 and 90 and enough electricity to power 40% of Memphis.
So we're not like stopping here.
In February, during an XAI product launch, Elon...
How can this stuff happen? How can... I mean, I guess the people don't mean nothing. That's the people don't mean nothing. It's all about him. I mean, that is same thing to Africa. It's fuck the people.
Musk gave the closest thing to a public explanation for what he's done in Memphis.
Well, we needed a building, so we found an Electrolux factory in Memphis. That's why it's in Memphis, home of Elvis. And also, I think it was the capital of ancient Egypt. Then we needed power, at least 120 megawatts at first, but the building only had 15 megawatts. So we initially leased generators. So we have generators on one side of the building, trailer after trailer of generators, until we could get the utility power to come in. You know, it's like interesting. We just magically made it happen. You have to break down the problem, just like Grok does for reasoning.
XAI did not respond to questions.
Sometimes when you're dealing with technology, people are like, "Oh, he's so smart," but the people are just, they're not part of the equation. That makes
for this report.
What's happening in Memphis?
Mr. President, all systems are activated.
Congratulations, Dr. Foreman. It's a marvelous achievement.
Thank you.
A technocracy, whatever he wants, whatever he chooses to experiment, to kill, to destroy the environment at the behest of his machines. Amount to is a plantation, a desolate wasteland of data centers is to follow.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for watching.
It's like, and then you got to think about that too. Like, these things go down because there's nothing you could do with those things. I mean, they're just going to be sitting there in the future, empty. A big old warehouse where, I mean, there is literally nothing you can do. You see how massive it is? If that thing ever broke down, like, there's nothing you can do. You can't put apartments in there because it's only one. It's only it's not a upper level. Big old open warehouse with all those computers, all those wires. It would cost. This is, I don't know, man. This is, I'm speechless because of this is going on. That's my thing. But I need to get out of here.